All right, so we see nothing out of the ordinary so far. Not even a 12 gas, which is what you normally see when you want to go Reaper first. But the barracks, well, the barracks are being waypointed inside the natural, so I suspect this will be a gasless opening by the Terran player Druidz Dougie. And just, you know, playing fairly standard, nothing fancy, nothing Heart of the Swarm-esque so far. And, well, what Viper will decide to do, that will remain to be seen. So far we cannot really tell. Other than it's not a Nexus first.
Yeah, it's so standard from both players actually. Well, the standard for Terran used to be 1-Rex expand, but you can change it now, add gas and do various things, but it's going to be gasless, it looks like. Marine's going to pop out and save this SCV and allow him to start building that command center. And our Protoss player skipping the Zealot. Yeah, there he goes, he's not dropping it. So
Looks
going to
like
go
he is.
straight to Stalker.
Well, there's, you know, getting a Zealot is...
It's not going to help on this map, it's far too big.
Well, that's one thing, and another thing is that you generally want to get the Zealot... Oh, he is getting the Zealot anyways. Wow. I think that's because he saw the SCV, so he does not want to get NG Bay blocked in his natural, but usually you only want to get the Zealot when you want to be aggressive, because the Zealot can buffer for those couple of Marines when the bunker is building, you know... And generally, if you want to push of 2 bases with something like a 3-gate, you want to have as many Zealots as possible. So,
really big supply block coming down here in the early game for the Protoss player.
yeah, that is true. Probably yeah, wow.
Yeah, he wanted to throw down that Nexus straight away, except he had to push the Zealot out because the SCV was hanging around.
Alright, so trying to counter fast expansion with fast expansion, Mothership Core on the way, continuing on with sentries. This of course allows you to get your additional gateways quicker, and since there was no gas spotted with the Scout, Viper knows that no fast mines are incoming, and Dougie, well, he's doing a good job. He's looking for proxy pylons, so you know that's always an option. Very fast robo facility. I don't know how much I like this, because unless you're going with fast War Prism or fast Colossus or something like that, there's not really any sense in getting the robo this fast. If you consider the mines, the fastest you can see a mine in your base, and that's with a medevac, is 7 minutes 10 seconds. So if that were the case, you would want to get the robo at around 540, 530. This one went down at 520 or 522. That's really too fast. 3 additional gateways going down. So let's see what will end up going out of that robo. I'm really curious.
Yeah, it is intriguing because he really doesn't need to throw that down yet. He just threw it down a bit too early, unless he just really wants to get an early scout off. I'm not sure why. Time warp on the mineral patches, which does slow down the SCVs and their mining patterns, which is fun. It's not really like the economic harass you'd expect, but it helps.
It is quite effective, I have to say, and slowing down those mules even more so. But this time it was more for letting the Mothership Core escape than for anything else, because it was going to be fired upon by the Marines. And we have a proxy pylon going down as well. It is going to be an Immortal, by the way, that will come out of that robo, so now it makes sense. So it looks like Mythology Viper is going to go with an Immortal bust. He will not have that many force fields, but he will not need them.
No, you just need enough to stop the SCVs repairing the bunker.
Oh my goodness, the scan did not see the Immortal. It did see the robo, it didn't see the Immortal, it did see the 4 gates, 5 gates even.
Yeah, and second bunker goes down. I'd like him to put it a little bit further away, so they've got to spend more force fields, or like slightly further behind.
Or and they would have to get more into the choke. You would have a gretter concave to the sides of the bunkers like this.
Yeah, just next to where the Marauder is or something. But as long as he's putting up a second bunker, I'm fine with that. Because there's no reason to not. He's spending what 100 minerals. He'll get back 75 later, losing 1 mining time for 1 SCV.
Yeah.
There's no reason to not if you see that coming out from your opponent.
Now the thing is, Stimpack is finished. We have 2 bunkers and an army behind that, and the first 2 medevacs are about to pop out. So, if Viper wants to do this, he has to move fast.
Yeah, because no, 2 medevacs out. It's going to be so hard to do this. He's got to literally bust down the bunkers and then zone all of the Marines out perfectly.
Yeah, he has to have very good force fields, good focus firing. I mean, the Immortals will kill the bunkers really quickly, but how do you deal with the rest of the army with the stim going down? Nice zoning out the rest of the army.
Yeah, and so many sentries have gone down already.
Yeah,
only 1 bunker dies, and he can actually chase this and kill it.
Yeah, without sentries, there is no way you can deal with this army. I mean, nice time warp, nice force fields. Those were the last one that Viper had, and nice load up on the medevac as well, saving the majority of the forces here that were in front of those force fields. And Viper has to move back. Now, Dougie, he knows with this scouting marine that there is no 3rd base. We do have transition into Colossi in the making. Twilight Council going down because, you know, Vikings will be out very quickly right now because we already do have the starport, and the infantry will have all of their upgrades as well in a moment here. We have +1 finished, concussive shells finished, Stimpack finished, so dropping mayhem may occur at any given moment here.
And he actually, no Colossus has been started yet.
Is he trying to fake out his opponent right now?
I don't know, but it doesn't work. Though there's the first Colossus. It's not going to have range. I mean, even if it does, he's got 6 medevacs. He can start Viking production with no problems whatsoever. The Terran player's way ahead here. And there he goes. I was about to say I want to see him start putting pressure on. And he can do that quite comfortably.
Yep. Indeed he can. With this many medevacs, he can... I mean, even if he does a triple drop, he can have 2 medevacs per drop. That's a really strong aggression. Very difficult to deal with. Usually, when you see 1 medevac dropping, you could deal with it with fresh warpins, you know, some target firing with the Nexus cannon or something like that. 2 medevacs per base, that's just too much. You're going to be spread so thin, you're not going to have enough forces to defend. And here we go. Nice job here, scouting with the medevacs, in fact. And oh, look at this professional micro, just speed boosting just 1 medevac and dropping those units. I mean, picking them up away. I wonder why. Oh, he wanted to get that Colossi with that drop.
Yeah,
nice
he's baiting more force fields out there, and actually he's only got 4 or 5 left, and he uses them all now, and he can just push in and kill this. Colossus only has 6 range. The Marauders can take it down in seconds. Instead, going for the expansion, he's going to get a pickup and boost out there. Loses 3 medevacs, but the Protoss now down to 1 base.
Yeah, that was so worth it. And, you know, Dougie knows, I mean, that there's no 3rd base. He has a factory there. He has a friggin' factory there. And he's headed there for a couple more minutes. Now, as the factory is getting cleared up, he can drop again, and this is exactly what he's going to do. Slowing down Viper even more.
Yeah, and he can get a cancel, or he can go for the Robo Bay. But I don't think you can get it. Just going for the pylon instead, picking up and boosting away. There we go.
Nice job.
And actually, Protoss is supply block now, on top of everything else.
Yeah.
Viking production isn't begun in full force. The 3rd is being taken, and the Terran is just so in control of this game. Double drop going to fly past that pylon. Is he going to react? Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he's pulling back. He did see that, but it's going to be too late. 1 warp in occurs in the home base, but 2 medevacs versus 4 stalkers, that's not a fight you want to take. But right now the reinforcements are coming in, so Dougie will just try to do what he can, then just load up and go away. Oh, 1 medevac, paying the price of this harassment, but totally worth it in my opinion. Only 5 probes went down though, but considering all the other things, the Nexus lost, the army lost, you know, no range on the Colossi, no Colossi at all. Just
yeah, no, the 3rd got cancelled again. The 4 Marauder drop came in and cancelled that, stopped it from building. And another drop coming in the main again while the army sits in natural. And this is what the Protoss players are having trouble dealing with at the moment, and that is the medevac speed boost. Feedback's the medevac, but it's on such low energy that it doesn't really matter. He is going to need it to get his army out, though.
He is, and at the same time, the other medevac with the 4 Marauders will make its way toward the second base as Dougie is happily killing probes in the main, and he will kill even more at the natural. That, by the way, just now finished, and may even lose this one Colossi that has a...
Yeah, it looks like it.
Oh,
there we go.
Oh my goodness.
And his only Colossus goes down. He needs to stop making Vikings now.
Yeah, he's still making Vikings, that is true. Let's see how many he's got. 8 Vikings? He probably doesn't need any more. Yeah, he goes back into medevac production right now, and he's fully saturated on 3 bases, basically, because as a Terran, you don't really need more than, let's say, 55, 60 FCVs, and with 3 orbitals, you can rely on mules for the rest of your income. But you need to be taking bases rather fast as a Terran, because your army is really, really, really mineral heavy. And looks like Viper finally realized that, well, I might as well try to do at least something. That something is going to be a suicide mission into enemy territory, and this time the American pilots will not come back from Tokyo alive.
No, and I mean, it's 0-0 Protoss army versus 2-2 Bio with 3-3 halfway done. No splash. I mean, nothing is going right for the Protoss this game, and he's not going to win. Needs cancellation. Doesn't. Oh well. I've got loads more minerals. You can kill the third as well if you want. Because the Terran player just needs to kill this army and then he has won. Storm is down for the Protoss player. Are we going to see what I call Protossing?
No, I don't
Where
think
they literally
we will.
run in, storm everything.
What the hell? That Nexus lives with 5 hit points and he lets it live? Nice, Storm's going down on all the Marines. There are enough Immortals to deal with the Marauders, hopefully even Vikings forced to land. How many Storms do we have remaining? Almost 4. 2 of them go down, and now the Protoss will have to wait to regenerate some of their energy. Tries to desperately morph an Archon, not going to happen, and this army will die off. There is still an attack force inside Viper's main that will kill off the main Nexus, then proceed to go down to finish off the expansion Nexus, and that will be everything as far as this game goes. No way a Protoss can win a base race scenario at this point.
No, that's going to be GG, and there it is.